Hello, I'm Brian Points. My company produced the City of Montrose Housing Needs Assessment. For those who haven't been there, Montrose is a lovely town, just over 20,000 people in southwest Colorado. Historically, it's been known for the airport that you pass through on your way to Telluride, but in recent years, it has very much developed in its own right. We were asked to investigate the affordability of housing in Montrose. On the national level, we know that our economy is overstimulated, households are getting smaller, and building costs are at record highs. It is clear to us that expensive housing is not unique to Montrose, but we wanted to find out what problems can be addressed at the local level. In the past 6 years, the city of Montrose has seen a flood of newcomers with an average of 500 new residents added every year. This has only increased in the recent years since the pandemic, with the boom of remote work allowing many people to live wherever they like. Unfortunately, this unexpected growth has accelerated Montrose's already high housing costs. The average household living in a two-bedroom rental paid $870 a month in 2020. In 2022, the same household would pay over $1,100. So, in only 2 years, rental costs increased by 27%. Homeowners are also struggling to pay their mortgages. According to the community survey conducted by Points Consulting, 63% of Montrose residents are unsatisfied with purchase costs, finding them too expensive. This appears to be a conservative response, considering that at least 75% of Montrose City residents are unable to afford an average mortgage. We have estimated that a household would need to make at least $83,000 a year to pay a mortgage on an average priced existing home. Note that this is even accounting for newly built homes, which are even more expensive. Unfortunately, only a quarter of the households in Montrose meet that threshold. In fact, to do so, residents would need to invest 5 times their median annual income. Montrose is an attractive place and a desirable location. That is a big reason we've seen a flock of newcomers to the area since the rise of remote work. These newcomers may be part of a minority that's not fazed by the high housing cost. But what do these changes mean for longstanding residents? Imagine you grew up in a city like Montrose, and you decide to come back after graduating college. You look for a home to raise your family in, but all the homes are outside of your price range. Your family has to rent, but you were never able to save enough to actually afford a home because rent is requiring over 30% of your median household income. By way of analogy, this is like having a broken rung in the ladder of housing. In other words, you may someday be able to afford those larger low-density single-family homes, but for right now, you are stuck in a rental for much longer than you'd like. This is a big problem, and costs will only accelerate in the next 2 decades. We forecast about 4,000 new housing units needed between 2022 and 2040 in Montrose County. In our report, we outline recommendations and strategies to help Montrose develop more affordable housing over the next 18 years. Included in our list of recommendations, we suggest allowing for more accessory dwelling units, allowing for more high-density districts, especially on the fringes of the central business district, retiring several redundant zoning districts, and improving access to non-subsidized affordable housing. If you would like to learn more about our findings on the Montrose Housing Needs Assessment or any of our other many reports, please check these out at points-consulting.com.